And for many years I was holding back, thinking I should be more like this and that. But then I saw the real truth of it all. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all I am, that I am. Oh yes, I am, that I am. And I've been stuck in thoughts, doing it their way. Didn't listen to the things my heart would say, letting fear take over and decide. But when I realized that the choice was mine, oh, I could feel a shift and I began to shine, living an empowered, beautiful life. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete from the start. Creator of all I am, that I am. Oh, I am, that I am. And therefore, everything around could fall apart, and I still have love in my heart. Open eyes, now I see that there is nothing to do, just be. No, I am not who you think I am. I am so much more. I am one with source. I am limitless, infinite, powerful, abundant, complete.
Welcome everyone. You can start moving if you want. Okay, awesome. So welcome. I'm just giving a few seconds for everyone to join. So for those of you that's here already, please say hi. Let me know where you tuning in from. And you're welcome. I won't record you, but you're welcome to put your videos on because it's nice to see each other. Yeah, so I see we already have a few people. Welcome, Isabel, Annie, and Robin.
Hi.
So far, hello. Okay, so I'm just going to give a few in a minute or two, and then we'll start. So you can also type in the type box where you're from. So we're in South Africa or in the world. And then we'll start in a jiffy. Okay, so Isabel's tuning in from Pretoria. Welcome. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to start because for those of you that is on time, I'll really let the rest in as we go. Thank you, Isabel. Also like my wings. Alrighty. So first of all, warm welcome to everyone. So whether you're here live with us or watching the replay, we are so happy and honored and excited to welcome you to our Transform Celebration launch party. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Anri van Rooyen, and together with Dr. Irene, we are Ariani Health Solutions. So it is our absolute passion and purpose in life to teach people more about holistic health. So that is why we created all of the events we do. And this is also why we created this Transform membership, which has been in works for the past 2 years. So yay, it's finally happening. So the seeds were planted long ago, but it's ready to bloom or fly away. Okay, cool. So the whole idea behind this membership was to also create an online space or healing space for you to feel safe and to also support you on your Transform journey, but a little bit more on that later. So let's start with first things first is we chose the 1111 today because if you look at numerology, 1111 is the perfect time for new beginnings and also for alignment of body, mind, soul. And that is what we do with all our tips, We apply it to health, but it is a mind, body, and soul level tips that we provide you so that you can see long-term changes and obviously long-term results. And then also yesterday was the new moon, which is also a great time for new beginnings. And yes, so for us, it truly is a new beginning. And we hope it's a new beginning for all of you as well. Because also if we look back at when we started or thought about this Transform membership, we actually didn't think it was possible. So it shows you if you put your intention, and where your intention goes, energy flows. So yes, so we are really super proud of ourselves and excited and also ready to celebrate with you. And again, thank you to all of you. You're welcome to put on your videos if you like, so I would love to see you. I see a few of you do have it on. And yes, so without further ado, I'm going to give over to Dr. Irene. But before I do that, I just also want to say this is going to be a fun-filled celebration. So we're changing the narrative on healthy living, because it is a human misconception that healthy living should be restrictive or a punishment or bland and boring. So we're going to make it fun. Yay. And that's why I'm also wearing my wings because transformation, the symbol that we also chose is a butterfly, because the butterfly as a creature is an amazing symbol for transformation, because it has to go from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. But to do that, it goes through excruciating, messy process in order to obviously grow into a butterfly and then fly away. So yes, I want to say well done to each and every one of you that's here and watching the recording, because you are saying yes to your health and making it a #1 priority. And for that, you need a round of applause. So yay. So well done. And up next is Dr. Irene. Then we will look at our top Transform tips to help you with practical tools and tips on a mind, body, and soul level, so that you can start from now on to bring changes into your life. So we'll also encourage you to have a notebook and pen ready. If you want to jot down, we'll have some questions and cues that you can use to follow along, like in a workshop. And there'll also be time for questions at the end, because we love health coaching. So if you want to stay on afterwards, you're welcome to ask your questions. Okay, great. So I'm going to give over to Dr. Irene.
Hello, here I am. As you can see, I'm just emerging from the cocoon, which is high time. I've been in this mushy cocoon for 2 years, so I'm ready to fly. And you see, this is just a second before one breaks out. And I've got the whole cocoon genade. I just hope I cocooned myself in, but that doesn't happen. Everyone comes out of the chrysalis or the cocoon. So it's so good to be able to throw this aside so that I can fly. We are here to fly. We are all butterflies, and our true being is to be free and to fly. So we are ready to fly with you and to our passion and purpose of health education. We would love to share. And I hope from today you will see that it's also fun and joy to be healthy. And the little tips we're sharing is to show you everyone can do it, so that we all can become our true selves, the butterflies that we all are. So let's start with Transform as an acronym. So the first T would then be centering. So I'm asking the T in centering. So I'm asking you to just, for a moment, just to connect. Just to feel yourself centering from the top through your body and connecting brain with pineal gland, with thyroid, with heart, a heart of love and gratitude for transformation, and liver and pancreas area, power center, and the chalice of the pelvis to center, to help the whole line, and then to earthing, root, shooting your roots into the soil, into the ground. and then up to the head chakra, cranial chakra, and beyond, and coming in. And imagine throughout this procedure that you like a DNA molecule going up and down. And just center and connect and have the intention of focusing. You can go back to all the other things after we're finished, but for now, we really are going to intend fun and joy and laughter. And that brings us to the next tea, which is also tea, TEA, that you drink. It's a good way to center. And what I do when I really feel like really focusing now is I use tea, herbal teas that are healthy and delicious. I quite like hibiscus. You can find it anywhere. Hibiscus petals and floral berry. They are really freely available, and the combination of the two are delicious. So you sip it you focus on what you're doing. I'm sipping my tea, I'm centering, I'm focusing. So use this with some honey, raw honey. And then the other one that I have to show you is, it's a beautiful box in purple, and that I use in the evening to calm down. So it's nighttime, it's called nighttime. So it's to calm down, take away all the busyness of the left brain to really focus on now calming down to sleep. So this is very helpful to me. And then I put in a bit of raw honey, because the sweetness of that increases your serotonin, your feel-good chemicals, so that you can calm down. And that brings us to the most important tea, and that's earthing, the tea in earthing. Now, I'm just going to show you a short demo key, and it's really based on science, as of course our logo says, science and nature in balance. So whatever we share with you really has got a scientific basis. So first of all, I actually brought you how to see it. So there's lots of science behind that. And for those of you who are interested in looking at the science and the thermography, how it lowers your inflammation, you can look on our website. That you just type in earthing and the article would come up. That's also in Odyssey magazine. That's out just in the next few days. You can read the whole thing there. But what it is, I'm going to take this down a little bit so you can see. This is just for the demo. It's like a bed. This one is a single bed. But what you do, you get aluminium duct tape. And very sticky, so I'm not taking this off now because then I'm going to be all sticky. Aluminium duct tape is like tin foil with stickies underneath. So you tape this over your bed in a T shape. So a T, and then the other one will go, if you can see what I'm doing, the other one will go on like this. Then you leave that, and you've got your tea now. I'm just going to use it a little bit to show you. Then at the bottom, inside the bottom of your bed or the area closest to a window, you will tape with masking tape. You put a copper wire on the duct tape, because the aluminium duct tape, tin foil, is a conductor, and then this, obviously, copper is also a conductor. Then, quite interestingly, I love doing this experiment, and I promise you it works. It's been 8 days since I've done my own experiment, not just writing about it, but actually doing it. And I've been sleeping like a baby. Now, that is already a miracle. So then you take this whole copper wire that you've got on a, and you make a little roll of it, and then you roll it literally out the window. So you roll it out the window and down onto the ground, and you earth it. literally in the ground. So this is then conducting the electromagnetic and crystalline energy from the earth throughout the night as you're sleeping right into your body. So it works the whole night. So obviously earthing we try and do often during the day. Bare feet, your skin must touch grass or water and grass. It's fabulous. Or little pebbles or sand. But we are very scared of pebble kiss because we're going to hurt our feet. So that's why you do it 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes later in the day. That's 40 minutes a day of earthing. So I do as much as I can. Like yesterday evening, I sat nicely outside in earthing and doing my centering practice. But then I know I don't have to focus too much on the time because I'm going to sleep earth the whole time you earthed while you're sleeping. Now people say, aren't you scared you're going to shock yourself? You will shock yourself only if you put the copper wire into an electric plug. Then you will shock yourself. The earth's electromagnetic frequency and crystalline frequency is not enough to shock you. The kilohertz is too low, so that's only to get the earth's frequency into your body to help you really with the healing of inflammation, which is obviously also sleep and all our chronic arthritis, all our chronic diseases. There's such good research. So I'm going to stop now because if I get on, we'll do our workshop just on this. So go and read more about what else you can do and how you can do it online on our website. Okay, Andri, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll share the next few tips. So the first one was tea that Doc did now with a few tips there. And yes, I also love earthing. I do ground daily as well, or try to, but yes, that takes it to another level while you sleep. So yes, the second word, so we always love to use acronyms. So the only thing you need to remember is transform. So the second one is R, and with that is to release and let go. So this is really important to make way for the new you, is to let go of the old you or the old parts of you that don't serve you anymore. So there's a whole science behind letting go, and because it can also affect our mental health specifically. And we all know that it can be challenging. So if I apply to health now in general, this will refer to all your unhealthy habits. So that would be if you're ready to change and you're ready to let them go. So firstly, you need to have the intention of, okay, I'm willing to release it, take self-responsibility and move forward. So all of us know it can be challenging, especially if you've been through it, like myself as well, where you keep self-sabotaging yourself, or where you try your best to be healthy, but then you just keep falling down over and over and over again. So the reason for this is because Dr. Irene will talk about that later, but it's all about neuroplasticity. So we have neural networks in our brain. And if I can put it like this, our brain or minds are tools for habit. So it's the easiest way, it's a comfort zone. So it's basically like autopilot. So especially if you have unhealthy habits that's been there for a really long time, it will be easier for your brain and mind and body to just fall into that neural pathway again. So it can be very challenging to, let that go. But that's why I want you to, while you're now listening to this, write down any unhealthy habit you have that you would like to release. Okay, so you can do it now in a workshop setting. So basically, just think about, let's say, for example, I'm going to give you an example of wine because that's one of my unhealthy habits that I tend to overdo. So there's nothing wrong with any unhealthy habit if you do it in moderation and balance. Okay, so number one is I want you to answer the following question. Why do you have this habit, do you think? Okay, so just to put it in perspective, for me, it was, I used to misuse wine in the sense of if I drink, then I will allow myself the next day to actually take a rest day. Because in my mind, there was a belief around, I need to work hard to be successful. So I never wanted to allow myself to rest, which is also really necessary. Of course, the being and the doing part of a human being. So that was my reason, is I realized I dig deeper, I got to the root cause of why I have it. And if you can identify the root cause, that will help you to release it. Okay, so the science about this is you have to unlearn the unhealthy habit first. All right, so this is really important and you need to be very clear. So it can't just be like, okay, I want to let go of everything that doesn't serve me anymore. You need to be specific. So science shows the more specific you are, the better or more effective it is to unlearn the unhealthy habit. Okay, so again, remember that when you go through this process, your mind will come up with excuses because it wants to stay in the comfort zone. But as we always say, transformation can't occur in a comfort zone. So yes, in the beginning, it does take a little bit of energy because you need to obviously live your healthy habits. Especially if you have a lot of unhealthy ones, you need to first release that and then create new healthy habits, which can take up to around 21 to 30 days or even longer. As I always say, it's not what you do every now and then, it's what you do consistently. Okay, so there are different ways to then release this limiting belief. So for me, the root cause, like I said, was that I need to work hard, I can't take a break because that's a waste of time, which is obviously an illusion and it's not the truth. It was just a belief. So my news story around that was, no, you need to take a break in order to be more productive and to get more done in your day. Right, so firstly, to release it, for me, I love doing it on a mind, body, and soul level. So for example, on a body level, you can literally shake it out. Like there's a lot of like TRE exercises, which is trauma release exercises. You can literally just dance it out. You can do any form of movement or any exercise that you find enjoyable, because remember, healthy living should be fun. So that's one way on body level to release. On a second level is your mental emotional level. And this is generally where a guided visualization, which we also do in our membership, to guide you through the process of literally taking it out of your subconscious or getting it out of the root in order for you to let it go like that. And that's also where the soul level comes in. So you can do different things. You also get burning ceremonies and things. So obviously there are many different ways to do that, and we're all different and unique. So you need to find one that works for you. All right, so that was basically the second tip. The R is for release. So next up we have A, which is, see me, I can't just do one tip. So I have 4 under A. So it's awareness, accepting and allowing, and then action. So I always start with awareness because you cannot bring about change if you're not first aware of the problem. So if you're not aware of your unhealthy habits, and remember, you can apply this to anything in life. So all aspects of your wellness, whether it's social, well, like with relationships, financial, anything, but obviously we apply it to health because that's where we choose, well, that's what our passion is. So firstly, you need to be aware of your unhealthy habit, right? Okay, so I want you to write down now just where you're at now. So if you just think of, okay, if you look at your health, you can choose any aspect. I'm just going to do it generally. You can apply it to fitness, any wellness dimension, but if you look at your health, where are you currently? So I want you to answer this question. My health is, and then fill in the gap, and then rewrite that statement 3 to 5 times, and whatever pops into your mind, write it down. So don't overthink it, just let it happen. Okay, because if you overthink it, then your ego mind comes in. So then it's not necessarily going to be the right answer. So just whatever pops into your mind, write it down. So I'm going to give you a few examples. My health is great. My health is non-existent. My health is in a love-hate relationship. My health is needing improvement, or whatever it is. Again, you can apply it to my weight, or if you have a specific lifestyle disease, you can apply it to that as well. So wherever you are in this moment, write it down. Okay, so that's awareness, and that's literally 80% of the work, because if you can become aware in the moment of any of your limiting beliefs or anything that's holding you back, you can change it. And you can only change it if you are aware of it. Okay, and then it brings us to the second point, which is to accept and allow it. So most humans, and that's a human tendency, is to go, oh, I don't want to be where I'm at now. I want to be fitter or healthier or leaner or whatever it is. So we tend to go in what we don't want. And as we say, what you resist persists. So secondly is to really center, like Dr. Reen showed earlier, and just to be like, it's okay. I am where I am and I'm fine in this moment. And to literally allow it. Because it has a profound effect on our mental health if we resist, because all your energy goes into resisting what you don't want instead of focusing on what you do want. So that's really important to then also just allow and accept it, because if it's not in check, it can lead to anxiety, overwhelm, stress, and literally all your lifestyle diseases eventually, because stress and inflammation is the major contributor of all lifestyle diseases. Okay, so basically that brings us then to the next step. So when you're in ease and flow, after you've now allowed and accepted where you are in on your health journey, then you can get into action. And this is a point I want to focus on like majorly, because there's a difference between action and knowledge. So you might know how to live a healthy lifestyle, but are you actually applying it? Because again, you can have knowledge, but you have to have the experience of actually doing it practically and bringing it into your lifestyle. Okay, so you need to put it into action. So whatever you learn, you need to actually do. And this is the beautiful thing. We're all unique, which is one of my other points. But see, everything ties together. So we're all unique, and therefore you need to find what works for you, which is why we give different options. So we do recommend that if whatever your health, fitness, or wellness goal is, to have an action plan that is scientifically based, because obviously there's a lot of research on it, meaning a lot of effort and energy went into it from researchers to see that whether it is working or not. Okay, and then also it shouldn't be restrictive. And this is, I think, one of the major things why most people fail or don't reach their health goals and maintain it, is because they're too hard on themselves. They basically, too restrictive, you're not allowed to eat anything. So then obviously by the time you're done with your 3-month goal, or whether it's eating healthier or wanting to lose weight, whatever it is, after 3 months, you're like, okay, yes, now I can eat what I want. And that's the issue. So it needs to be a lifestyle change. So you need to find an action plan that works for you, that's based on your personality and your lifestyle. And yeah, to find your way, but more on that later. Before we go on, I'm going to do a little bit of a lucky draw. So for this, if you want to apply, or if you want to win, if you want to be in it to win it, I need to be able to see you on video. So I'm going to tell you what to do. Because
Be brave.
Yeah. So basically, what we're going to do is the person that's going to win this online spot prize. So obviously you have to be live. So sorry for those of you that's watching the recording. I know it's a strange time, but we wanted to bring it into reality or manifest it at this time. So basically what it's going to entail is, okay, you can switch your videos on so long so that I can see. Okay, so the first person to, when the music starts, get up and move, will win the prize. So when the music starts. Okay, so make sure your video is on. Let's see who's brave. There's only 3 in it to win it. Okay,
And you can sit and dance. You don't have to get up, or do they have to get up?
Well, I'm getting up, yes. Hey, woo! Let's be those moves. Okay, good. Thanks, Eddie. All right. Okay, so I want to congratulate Robin de Klerk. You won. Celebration. You were first to get up and move. So your prize is one of our release coaching sessions. So it's an online DIY program. It consists actually of 3 sessions, but we'll be in touch. So Tsepi will be in touch to ask you which one you prefer. So literally there's 3 different ones with 3 different goals, and it's worth R1,000 or $54. So yay, congratulations, Robin. Woohoo, happy dance. Let's celebrate with her. Woohoo. Okay. All right, so next up, so yes, that was my 2, the R for release and letting go, and then the A is awareness, accepting and allowing it, and then to take action. Next up is Dr. Arin.
Yes. Congratulations, Robin. I'm very glad to see you here. So it's good. I'll be in your hood pretty soon. Welcome again, everyone. It's so wonderful, and for the brave ones that I got a glimpse of a face. So that's very good. So we're now getting to probably my favorite topic at the moment is neuroplasticity and epigenetics. And you can also call it brain plasticity. And I have to tell you a little bit about how it actually helped me. because I had a stroke about 2 years ago, just when we started with this whole online gedoentjie. And yeah, and it was really the neuroplasticity that helped me. And that was a choice. I really felt like staying under the Dubai forever and was saying to my higher self, okay, let's go now. We can come back another time. And then the little voice in my head told me, no, you're not finished. Get up and get going. Because we have to spread the seeds for health. That is Andre and myself's main purpose, is to really go out there and do it. And whatever I've been through with my eyes, with retinopathy, was so bad that I was told 2.5 years ago, I'll never drive again. Now I drive. And I have to tell you, I had to do the work. I always use the letters, the 3 Ps: practice, patience, and perseverance. That's what neuroplasticity is about. And also GNF, good natured flexibility, to really do it. It doesn't happen overnight. Andy spoke about action. You've got to go into action. I still do my neuroplasticity, brain, eye moves. All I'm doing is every day I do the centering. I focus on challenging my mind, and that's part of why I recovered. And that is why the cocoon is now really ready to fly as a butterfly. And neuroplasticity, what I would like to demonstrate is another little bit of a dance movement. There's lots of science on neuroplasticity and epigenetics. Also on our website, I did many articles, a bit about my story, what I did, what is neuroplasticity. Old thought on scientific level was that the brain only develops, the neurons, the brain cells develop until about 5 years of age, and then it's just downhill from there. And the new science is showing that is simply not true. As we grow older, the new cells through the rest of the body has probably been there, but now we are able to make more networks so that we are able to evolve our brains and our bodies actually into new neural networks. That's wonderful. And we can all do it. The willingness must be there, and the readiness to do what it needs to be done, the action. We have to do the action. So neuroplasticity, brain plasticity, slightly, you can use them equally. And I'm also on to now working on a whole brain plasticity for a longer workshop that we're going to do. So again, there's a lot on neuroplasticity on our website as well, with already practical ways of doing it that Andre and I recorded a while ago, but it's available for any of you to also look at it. So now we're going to do a little bit of the dancing. And what I want to ask you, I don't want to talk, otherwise you can't hear the music, is to start, the music starts slower, then we wave and we do, I'm going to do it with you. We're going to be butterflies or birds or eagles soaring. And then the music is going, and all the time on you can sit now. It's to illustrate also that people in hospitals, and I even teach at the dementia, at the frail care unit, I teach people what they can do while sitting in their chairs. So you can sort of do the music, move your body, and then follow my movements. Very important if you do movements is to cross over. Then you trigger 2 sides of the brain so that new networks form over an area of injury. For instance, for me, it happened around the stroke area, but it can be after a tumor. And what happened is, that's why the new research is actually showing that the brain is like clay, malleable. It has the ability to form networks around injury, but so much more preventative if you start at a very young age. You're never too young or too old to start preventing, to help if there's an injury, to prevent an injury. Okay, so now get ready for some grooving music and moving. Okay, let's start. Move, move. Butterfly fingers.
If I could touch your body, I know not everybody has got a body like you. But I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you
Now
play.
catching flies.
Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion. Time to pick my heart up off the floor. Oh, when that love comes down with
Okay.
emotion, what it takes to
Okay, let's carry on. So what were we doing? Butterflies is moving the fingers, very good for nimbleness. And I must say, while in hospital, after recovering from the stroke, people thought I was crazy. What did I do? I put Velcro rollers in my hair. What did I do? I looked very pretty, I must say, even though I was in the hospital bed. But like this, it gives your fingers, and especially using your non-dominant hand also, great. And then to turn around, that's when you trigger the two sides of the brain. You have to do that. Catching flies, again, you have to move your eyes to look at the flies, and you're catching it, cross over again. And that we can also do with moving the legs, like yesterday for the training session. The lady who played the keyboard for me played Zorba, and that's wonderful for people to sit down and then lift their legs. We stopped the music before it came to the fast bit, but then you change your legs and you switch over. And even lying, like sitting in a chair the whole day, you can still lift your legs. So it's really important to do it every day. Something nice, enjoy it. I love dancing and music. So whenever I do anything, we bring in music, because the brain, one of the best things for neuroplasticity is rhythm and music and harmony that triggers the brain to make new networks. So important, rhythm and harmony, and using your voice. So sing along. It's really fun. And other people who don't want to hear you singing, you can go in the garden, or they can go in the garden, and you put on your favorite music and just dance. And just free dance, not specific steps, because most people, that's totally out of their reach, and then they get all upset and they stop it. But enjoy music. Very few people don't like music. So put on your favorite music and dance and sing. So for neuroplasticity, as I said, go and read more. There's lots of info on the website, and also in Ariane Academy, we've got our online CPD, or just online courses if you're not interested in continued professional development. You can just do it for your personal development. It's part of self-care. That is so important for us, to care for self before you can spread your wings out and sow the seeds everywhere. So now we're getting to the S of transform. And there, when you start with S's, you can go forever. So I selected two. The first one is subtle. Understand. You're not going to be hit on the forehead and, I'm healed. That would have been nice, I have to say. But the changes are subtle. Like when I do my earthing, I don't wait for a shock because I won't electrify myself. But I had a very quick experience the next day when I slept solidly for 8 hours. And to me, that is like a bit more than subtle. But you don't feel the vibes, even though I felt some tingling in my hands more than when I do light touch therapy with patients. I felt the tingling and in my feet and my legs. So that showed that the earth frequencies were coming through, but it's subtle. So when we do what we need to do, it might be subtle. So understand that. You gradually will start feeling a bit better, but it will. And if you do the dancing, I can tell you, it will lift your mood. If you're sort of in a very low mood, you play music with really more of a beat and you come out of it. And if you're overexcited or hyper excited like I am at the moment, play music where you can more swing and flow with a slower beat, but it's still got a beat and a harmony. So subtlety is very important to understand. And then silence. It is really good to be silent and quiet and to listen to the voice within. Your higher self, what would you want to call it, your guides, is to hear that voice. And that's subtle, and it happens when you're silent. Not silent as not talking, but keeping the mind, getting that monkey mind silent through meditation, through yoga practice, through whatever helps you to calm down and center and to just become silent. So silence and subtlety. And we've got to slow down. Healing happens in slowing down, in silence, and in subtlety to get into all your 50 trillion cells, and you're sending love to those cells. That's where epigenetic comes in. It's the highest frequency that you can ever send to your cells, is to love and approve of yourself. Like Louise Hay says, all is well. Believe that, because we tend to go, as Andre also said, into the negative spirals too easily. It's as though over eons we've been programmed for negativity to survive. Now we pass the negativity, we can thrive into health and happiness, as is the title of my book. So I think, Andre, it's up to you for the next.
Yes. Okay, great. Well, thanks for that. And yes, I also agree with the subtleness because from a personal point of view, also when we do, actually our first theme for our membership is intuitive health. And a lot of times intuition is very subtle. So that gut feeling that you might have, if you know, like I'm sure some of you might agree, but sometimes you just know you shouldn't take that route home, or well, I shouldn't be eating this. And then you find out afterwards, oh, you would have had food poisoning if you ate that, or there was a traffic jam. So also intuition is very subtle. So that's also really great with the silence and the subtleness that Dr. also mentioned. Okay, so next up in our transform acronym is F. So that's for fun and unique. All right. So the reason I say this is because it is our mission to teach people that healthy living shouldn't be a punishment. And again, as I mentioned earlier, all of us and most humans have a thing around healthy living. Healthy living is expensive. Healthy living is a punishment. It's restrictive, it's bland, it's boring, or whatever, the list goes on. Or it's really a lot of energy. Like, for example, when you look at exercise, for those of you that don't exercise, it feels like a mountain if you have to exercise. So our whole mission is to teach people that healthy living can be fun, and it should be fun. And if it isn't, then you're doing it wrong. As I always say, it's a lifelong journey. So why do you want to feel like it's a punishment and be hard on yourself for the rest of your life, if you know what I mean? So by opting with the fun, like we're doing now with the celebration party as well, is to celebrate where you are, bring in fun, and fun means different things to different people. So that's where the uniqueness come in. So you do you. And yeah, so when I find fun, what you won't find fun. For example, I love high intensity interval training if you look at exercise, but other people love jogging or walking in nature or yoga or whatever it is. So it's really important to see it as a little game and to explore
Or
your
dancing.
yes, and to explore your own life so that you can do what you enjoy. So yes, really important to look at that. And then also research shows, so if you look at science as well, I'm just taking an example because we have a lot of weight control clinic patients as well. And if you look at, especially with punishment, a lot of people that want to lose weight see healthy living, especially as a punishment. So research also shows that it's what we do consistently and also regularly. So when you change your lifestyle, because that will literally give you long-term results or not. So again, it's not what you do for 3 months, it's teaching you the skills necessary, because yes, life is up and down. There will be times where it will be really challenging, and then you need to be gentle with yourself, like Dr. mentioned earlier, good-natured flexibility, and just to accept where you are and move on, and just to know it will get easier again. But in those difficult times, we also share tools of what to do when you really do struggle. Right, and then again, we help you find your unique ways. So we've also learned, obviously, for me specifically, when I started helping out with the Weight Control Clinic in 2012, I was like, no, it has to be done like this and this and this and this. And then as I experienced it since then, obviously we're all different and some things might work for me, but not for you. So that's why we keep doing research and bringing in science to also give you tools. And also all my patients will agree, if they tell me they struggle with anything like healthy living related, I will find a way to make it easier for you. So that's also where we continue doing research and we continue learning as well. Okay, so that's the F. So remember to bring in some fun. Right, and then the next in transform is the O. So this is more the holistic and also the full circle, because it's a beautiful analogy as well, the circle with transformation, because there is no beginning or end. It's a lifelong journey as well. So as I always say, your relationship with your health and yourself is a lifelong one. So it's also important to see it like that, not as an end destination. So yes, you can have goals which has end destination. So if you want to lose weight, or if you want to live healthier, or if you want to decrease your cholesterol levels or whatever it is, that's great. And that you can work with. But remember, the transformation journey is lifelong. Okay, so it's also important, that's why we include mind, body and soul level tips, so that you can bring about change and access things at different times. Because at some times you might need the body level things where you physically need to box or get something out. Or sometimes you'll need to calm down because you're overwhelmed and stressed, and then you'll need meditation, for example. So again, we're all different and we have different solutions for that. So again, I always say change is inevitable, or like as they say, but transformation is a conscious choice. So you can choose to transform your life or not. That's a choice. It will change. That's obviously the expanding of the universe is a universal law. So change will happen, but it's your choice whether you want to transform or not. Okay, and then also if you look at a lot of science, I'm not going to bore you with all the science now, but basically our minds are very powerful, and you can literally just go Google it. There's a lot of scientific articles around it. So one of my favorite quotes is also, the body achieves what the mind believes. So tying in with neuroplasticity again is, if your mind is against you the whole time, you're really going to struggle. So it's all about doing a mind shift, which Doc will talk about later, but to change your perspective on your health, because again, to make it fun and to enjoy the journey while you're at it. Right, and then this is also where it ties in with your limiting beliefs, and you will keep self-sabotaging yourself if you don't make a conscious choice to take action. So this is basically literally just a replaying of this neural network. Like think of a stuck record, basically. So that's why if you like me, and some of you I know I work with as well on a one-on-one basis. So I know that some of you struggle and you keep falling down on the same thing. So the reason is it's showing you that there's a stuck record. It's a limiting belief that's holding you back. So I always say, if it keeps on happening, it's because you need to learn a lesson from it. So get to the root cause. So how is it keeping you safe? Or how is it helping in your life? Because limiting beliefs start when we're really young for a reason, but then it goes on autopilot and we're not even aware of them anymore. So if you are aware of it and you know why you need it or why you needed it, then it's easier to let it go, because we need to get to the root cause. We can't just sugarcoat it. We need to go deeper, okay, in order to release it. See what I did there? Brought in the first one I shared as well. Again, then the great thing is to rewrite your own story and to then decide what you do want. Okay, so this is also where your holistic health tools help a lot to help you improve your health and happiness. And also, it's not just about what, if I look at the physical level now, because most people are comfortable to start there, you know, like what you eat, what movement you do. Even if you look at that level, it's not just about what you do, it's also about how and why you do it. So bringing in the mindfulness. So why do you eat? Why do you move? Do you eat healthy because you're like, I need to lose weight and I'll just eat because I need to eat? Or everything you eat tastes disgusting and you don't like a second of it? Do you know what I mean? So think of why you're doing it. Because that's also, I always say when it gets to cravings, which most of us also experience, is cravings is a mind thing. Your body will not crave unhealthy foods. Your mind will. So it's all about getting your mind on the same page with you to work for you rather than against you. Okay, and that brings us to the next online prize, which ties in with what I just mentioned. So it's our 1 month mindful lifestyle plan. And this is all about, it's on the physical level. As I said, most people are comfortable to start there. And this is the what, how, and why of exercise and eating. It includes 4 weeks of meal plans, recipes, exercise programs, and the Mindful Lifestyle Guide, which brings in the mindfulness as well. So looking at your, again, why you're eating. Are you an emotional eater, stress eater? And then also giving you lots of tips on how to incorporate mindfulness into your life to make it more rewarding and fulfilling. Okay, so it's all about nourishing your body with the right foods, but also then looking deeper and just asking yourself. So a quick tip for everyone. Quick tip is literally just to think, why am I eating now? Is it physical or is it emotional hunger? Right. Okay, so the next one. Okay, so the 1 month mindful lifestyle plan is actually worth 1,500 Rand or $80. And the next one I already, as you came in, put all of you in a lucky draw bowl. So here's all your names. So it's going to be a lucky draw. So put your intention if you want to win. Okay, so let's see. And see if you can play some music for us. So let's get in. Okay, you can stop by the name. Okay, maybe you can put it off. Thanks. Okay, so our lucky winner, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Is Msebenzi Zwane. Well done, Mr. Zwane. Woohoo! So well done. Let's celebrate. Do a celebration dance for him. Well done for showing up. Only prizes if you are live anyway. So yeah. Okay, well done. Okay, so see if you'll be in touch with your prize. Alrighty. Okay, so okay, so next up I'm going to give over to Doc to do the last two, the R and the M of transform. So I'll check you soon. Doc, you muted.
Yeah, you muted. I think you muted me. In any case, I'm back online and I don't like to be muted, so I'm very glad I'm loud again. All right, so let's look at that. I hope you're all having a bit of fun and learning. So that's the best way to learn, is to have fun while you're doing it. So don't look on learning and self-empowerment and growing as a punishment. It should be fun, otherwise you must choose something else. You can't spend so much time on stuff you don't actually love doing. So let's get to our last two letters of transform. The R is again to reconnect. We started with centering and calming down. Now reconnecting, just bring your attention back into the here and now. And I'm going to show you some of the easy or the practical things I use to reconnect, just to give you, and that's what I prescribe to my patients and in groups, is I hope you can see, let me just push this down a bit. I have got necklaces on. This one is amethyst. So it helps me to connect because amethyst is light purple. It's also part of your spiritual centers from pineal gland and up to the other chakras, whatever with you working. And that helps me to bring in the higher energy levels and the frequencies, especially if I'm spiraling downward in stress and worry and fear, like I'm prone to do. Very strong survival instinct that I've got to get into butterfly thriving mode. Then I've got my tree of life, and can you see there? It's sprouting roots. So when I center and reconnect, I always imagine going into the earth, connecting, and that's what earthing also helps. And then rose quartz. So you can either wear it around your neck, or you can put rose quartz around next to your table, like your water next to your bed. Very good to put rose quartz because it's got the electromagnetic crystalline energy of love, the frequency of our heart and our torus field, where we send out electromagnetic waves to ourselves, but also to others. So the torus field of the heart, very important to connect there. And that starts also with self-care, to spread it out. So if you imagine an apple, that's the torus field. So in the center, the core of the apple would be your heart and the connection, heart, brain, and body. And then it's like an apple rounded, and that's the field around your heart. And that's measurable, very well researched. And you can all go and read on Heart Math Institute on the wonderful research they've done. So this is not just airy-fairy, but airy-fairy is also good. I'm going to live now in a place that's got a fairy garden, and I plan to reconnect and root and actually meet some fairies. So you're never too old for fairies, and you might even see them. So very important. Then another thing I'll use a lot is a burner next to me. Then you put in a few drops of lavender oil and look for essential pure lavender oil. Few drops there with a tea light, and then burner key on top, and you put it in the water. Then also I would use rose blend for the heart, very good for that. And you can find that easily. And then orange oil for the power center, pancreas and liver, very good to balance that area. Can you see now I'm covering all bases? And then sandalwood or bergamot is the root lock, the root connection, the earthing root thing. You use some bergamot or sandalwood in a burner, or you can get an inhaler that burns throughout the night and releases these essential oils. They're really very good. Then you can also look at, here's citrine, which is a great one for if you're feeling you're not as creative, and that's the creativity out into the world. Like I'm using the citrine very much now for my Bluebird Book of Love, the illustrations. I've got to focus, get reconnected to who I am, and that I'm busy with this project that is also very important to me and part of my purpose. So reconnect to that creativity and also bringing in your power center. Then I use also color therapy. Now this is something that a lady very close to, that's going to be my new neighbor, she gave it to me. So I use this, and you can see the color. She selects what color suits you or intuitively to guide you. And of course, my color, my background neutral color is always this, some shade of teal. And then you just, now where's it now? Then you just spray a bit onto your hands, rub them. That's very good for reconnecting. And put them over your eyes. Warm them up, put them over your eyes, and inhale it. Oh, it's got wonderful smell. So the smell is calming. It's in a solvent using alcohol, so it sort of dissipates. You don't drink it though. You just put it on, rub it over your eyes, and smell it. So those are some really good reconnecting tools. Bring yourself back from the scatteredness around you into reconnecting. Remember the T's that I said in the beginning, they also help with centering and reconnecting. And then let's look at the last letter of transform is mind shift. Andre already said it, the body achieves what the mind believes, and I cannot emphasize it enough. It's so important for us to rewire our minds, and we can, all of us can, to rewire who are we really, rewire the brains to get out of the stress mode, the survival mode, into becoming a whole, holistic, where you say to yourself, I am safe, I am whole, I am healed. The mind shift is the key. Like Andre said, with the A is the awareness, is to know you've got to change your mind. So we choose to change it. But then we've got to be aware first before we can do that mind shift. So that's very important to rewire and understand that, and also look at there's quite a lot of research and even a whole school called rewiring. So it's about how you change your mind. Part of neuroplasticity, brain plasticity, open your mind. Open and open. You can't rewire if you're not willing and ready. And that starts with awareness. So we can come full circle through transform and looking at all the different letters and use all of them. They flow into each other, again in a spiral, eternal spiral, up and down DNA and into your cells. That's what happens when you rewire the mind. And again, it's called mind training. So it's mind training. It doesn't happen by itself. It's again your intention, your 3 P's and 1 GNF, practice, patience, perseverance, action, to do and follow. And being in a transforming state throughout your life, you will also understand that change isn't always easy. Sometimes we prefer to stay in those old networks, like a stuck LP. Those of you who can still remember LPs, you rather play the same groove and groove and groove, even though you're so irritated with the music and so tired with that track, and it loses its harmony and its proper sound as well. We can rewire, make new networks. Lots of science on neuroplasticity, lots of science on rewiring. So I'm going to leave you with that thought of our transform journey, that it's not something you do quickly and then it's over. It will happen. And often it's making decisions that are also painful. And that's part of the mushiness of the chrysalis or the cocoon, that we have different cocoons that we meet. And we've also choose to grow through them to become the butterflies that we all are in truth. Thank you very much. Over to you, Andre.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, yeah, so that was our top transform tips. So we love sharing holistic health education with all of you. And as always, as Doc also mentioned, that's why our slogan is science and nature in balance, because we give you practical results. So yes, we do the research and science, but we transform them. See what I did there? We transform them into practical tools that you can actually apply. Because if I tell you, for example, to exercise an hour a day, you're not going to do it. But can you do 7 minutes? Or if I tell you to meditate for an hour a day, very few people will get that right. So it's all about small, subtle changes and tools that you can pick and choose from wherever you are in your life. Remember, you're a different person tomorrow compared to yesterday, compared to a year ago. So that's also why it's nice to have all these tools to pick and choose from. Okay, so just a quick reminder also, I'm not sure if all of you saw, but as part of our Transform launch, we decided to do a lucky draw. So that will only happen on the 30th of March. So there's still time. And remember, you need to be in it to win it. So we'll send you all the steps involved to share and like posts and things. But the great prize for that is actually a 2-month membership for free. So you'll be getting the first 2 months of your membership for free. And that is actually worth, currently we have a launch special offer until the 31st of March, but the actual worth is around 1,500 Rand. So just to give you an idea, it is quite a big prize. So you need to be in it to win it. So go do that. But more steps on that later. I'm not going to mention it now. It will be in your email as well. Okay, and then the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that you can just see. And this is only for those of you that's ready. As we said, it's okay. Not everybody is ready because you need to be able to take self-responsibility for your health and happiness. But we would love to share it with you for those of you that want to work deeper and to have your health practitioners, which is myself and Dr. Reen, in your pocket so that you can ask your questions whenever. So I'm quickly going to share the screen just to show you a little bit more about our exciting new creation. Right. Okay, so this is our website for those of you that don't know. It's arianihealth.com. So you'll also see it is on our homepage. You can literally choose join membership for more information, or on the top right, you'll also see it's there. So if you're going to log into Transform membership, you won't find anything. I'm logged in, so I'll show you what it looks like now. But if you want to learn more about it, TP will also now post the link to the membership one where I'm selecting now so that you can go have a look if you like. Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. There we go. All right, so you'll see a little bit more information here, but the whole thing is, like we've mentioned, is to create an online healing space for you with monthly holistic health resources. And also as a member, you also get a say in what our theme or topics is for that month. So this is where you can get your support, guidance, motivation, and advice from your health practitioners, which is myself and Dr. Irene, at a fraction of the price. So you don't have to go in and see a doctor or another health practitioner every time you have a question. You can literally, again, you do you. So you can either join our Facebook group. You don't need social media, but that's just an easier way to get in touch. Or you can WhatsApp us on our practice number or send an email. So the great thing is you can ask your questions, and I always say there's no such thing as a silly question. And as you also share your questions, this will also amplify your learning because it will be applied to you specifically and your health goal or health challenge. So we'll also give you lots of recipes. There'll be, again, we say everyone's different. So whether you prefer videos, articles, ebooks, and e-guides, or you're more a visual person that prefers like masterclasses and videos. So whatever your preference is, it'll be in different formats. And we also have audios even. So if you are busy driving, you can also listen to it on your way to work. It also includes discounts on all our online offerings, so FutureWise and events, as well as I said, a private exclusive Facebook group, not just to get in touch with us, but also to be with like-minded people like yourself, so that we can help each other grow and transform as well. Okay, so all of this is also on the membership portal. So that's why I said you don't need social media. You can literally log onto our website. There's a login option. You'll log in with your details that you create when you join. And literally everything's listed there. So then you can just pick and choose from that. And so you'll see, you can also cancel anytime by giving 1 month's notice. So there's no strings attached. And you also see that the normal price is actually $55. So it's around 1,000 Rand, depending on the currency. It is via PayPal. So for now only, because this is our launch and the first one ever for Transform for the membership, we are actually giving it to you for the first year. So for the first 12 months, you will only be paying $35, which is around 600, 650, depending again on the currency. So you'll receive everything, and we do monthly Q&As, which I didn't mention now. But this is where we answer your questions. So the ones you've sent in, we'll either answer immediately or make a whole masterclass or Q&A session around it. So literally it's all of this, which is worth thousands more, obviously. But because it's our launch special, we are gifting you $20 off basically for the first 12 months. So yes, so that's in short what we do. And then after you've joined, you can literally just say join now if you want to join. I just want to show you quickly, because we've had There's a few people that struggled. So okay, I'm logged in, so it won't work now, but you'll see there's a form that you'll need to complete and set up your password and username, and then you will check out via PayPal as well. Okay, and then after you've logged in, you'll see it doesn't show you now because I'm logged in, but to the right of the membership, it actually says login. So then you literally just click on transform membership, and then you'll see all the content will be listed. So this is the first month, which I've mentioned is intuitive health. So there's already things up and running. So if you join now, you can already see and get that as well. Okay, so again, who it's for. So just for you to see and suss out whether this is for you or not. So basically, like I said, it's not for everyone, and it's totally fine if you're not ready to change, because again, transformation is a choice. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. Only do it when you feel ready with anything health related. I always say, don't opt for health goals. Don't do things if you're not ready to make a change, because yes, it does take some effort and energy from your side, especially in the beginning, to form those healthy habits. But once it's a habit, then it becomes your new neural network. So your new program, which is a lot easier. Okay, so this membership is for you if you're willing to take self-responsibility, like we mentioned, and just your willingness to change and your willingness to improve your health and dig a little bit deeper. It's also for you if you need support on your transform journey. So not necessarily one-on-one all the time, but you would like to be in a safe space with like-minded people, and also having your health practitioners, myself and Dr. Reed, in your pocket to ask your questions as you go. And it can literally be anything. So it's also for you if you want holistic health resources. So we do mind, body and soul level, because we know on a body level, it doesn't always work for everyone, especially if your mind is in your way. So that's why we give you different resources, which includes, of course, body level as well. So also your eating plans, recipes, and things like that. But then we also do visualizations, guided meditations, videos, articles. So it's all about learning. So if you're willing to learn more and you want to learn more about your health and happiness, then this is for you, because we do the research for you, so that you can obviously go on Google and try to figure out what's real and not. And but yeah, that's the whole beauty of it. So everything is in one space on the membership portal, and you can log in whenever. All right, and then obviously we do provide, as always, we provide you with practical, easy, and effective tools, tips, and techniques to help you actually see real results, and not just to reach your health goals, but also to maintain it. Because that's also the thing. It can be easy to focus for 3 months and then change whatever your health goal is, or to reach it, but then to maintain it is generally also quite challenging. All right, so that is basically, in summary, welcome to have a look at the link. I see Tsepi did share it. We'll also share it in the email. And please, if you do have any questions, if you want to have a chat with me, let us know. We can always schedule a quick Zoom call, or just a phone call to see whether it is for you or not, or whether it is a fit for you or not. Yes, basically just a quick reminder. So the launch special is up until 31 March, and then on the 1st of April, it will go up to $55. Okay, before we continue or conclude today, I want to give a special prize to a special person. And the prize includes Dr. Reem's Timeless DNA Serum, which is one of our amazing products for skincare and health. And the reason that I'm giving this special prize, or we, Dr. Reem and I, is because before we even had the launch, she already bought a membership, and she's always a loyal supporter, and she's always there and willing to learn more about her health and happiness. And her transform journey is truly amazing. We've been working together since May 22, last year. And it's just amazing. And I want to congratulate her for all her hard work and everything she's done. So Isabel, you've won a serum. Woo-hoo! Let's hear some songs. Celebrate with her. Okay, good. Woo-hoo! Well done, Isabel.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your help.
Pleasure.
Sure. Surprise. Thanks,
Yes.
Andre. Thanks, Dr. Arin. Yeah, it was.
Great to see you.
It is a great journey. It's nothing about was. It's still a journey. So thanks a lot for your help. Thanks, Andre.
It's a pleasure. Awesome. Okay. So without further ado, I'm just going to, sorry, I don't know what I did now. Technical difficulty, just give me a sec. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so yes, thank you so much, Isabel, for always being here, and we love walking your journey with you and seeing your amazing results. It's really been life-changing and inspiring for us as well. All right, so yes, I think that is everything. I just want to conclude by also saying the reason or how we came about our name, because I'm sure, as you know, with doing a membership, there's a lot of things and admin going into it and hard work and creativity and everything. And yeah, I actually got this message, and then Dr. Irene and I was like, oh, that's the name. Because we were like, how are we going to get a name? Because it's like holistic on mind, body, soul level. It's not just body. It's not just, you know, and then that's where the name came from. So the message I received was called transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will be soon. You are in the in-between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regime or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. And then the affirmation is, I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at all levels, including on cellular level. And it was so beautiful because it's like Dr. Ring also mentioned earlier around the DNA. We all have genetic predispositions or weaknesses, but it doesn't mean you're a victim of your genes. It doesn't have to express. And we can literally, science, like the research ongoing now with Rewire and rewiring your brain and all of that is actually going into on a cellular level, and it actually has a change in genetic expression. So this is just a beautiful passage that we read, and we were like, okay, that's the name, transform, because transform can be on a body level that we help a lot of people with, like with weight loss, you know, literally releasing weight. But it can, more importantly, it also needs to happen on a mental level. As with everyone, that if weight loss is your goal and you've achieved it, you will agree with me. You cannot reach it if you don't change your mind first. And yeah, so that's just the special story of how the name came about. And with that, I also want to give all of you a special gift. So we've decided to gift you all for registering. So this is for all of you. So all of you are winners. We're going to give you my Mindful Movement and Munchies ebook. So it's a short guide and with a worksheet just to help you with bringing in, you know, your mindfulness approaches. So conscious living. So where we bring in the senses and so forth. So we'll also send that in the email to each one of you so that you can start already from today onwards. So yes, and obviously if you're ready, we would love to walk your transform journey with you. So please do get in touch. And then before I give over to Doc to also give her concluding message, I just want to say thank you for all of you for being here, especially those of you that's live. I know it's a strange time and we really appreciate you sharing your energy and time with us. And yes, so you're welcome to hop on over on the link, look at the membership and let us know if you have any questions. And then I'll just end off with my gratitude attitude. We always do that, Dr. Irene and I, because gratitude is an amazing vibration and frequency to shift us from a state of that overwhelm, stress, anxiety, the negative, into a positive. So it's also a nice tool for all of you to do. We recommend it daily. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. So as we're busy with ours, please post yours as well, what you're grateful for in this moment. So anything, it can be anything. So please type in the type box as we go. So for me, I would like to say the 3 things is all of you for being here and making my passion a reality, for being able to share our top transform tips. And yes, to just share the good news of health and happiness for all. So I'm really grateful for each and every one of you, and I truly appreciate you because we can't do what we do without you. And then secondly is Team Ariani, and that is Dr. Irene and Sepi, because all of us really put in a lot of energy and time into creating this and to make it a meaningful and amazing value for all of you, and to support you on a monthly basis, to also walk the journey ongoingly. As we said, transform is not, it's a lifelong journey. So Team Ariani, thank you so much. And Sepi for all of your hard work as well, all the emails, everything, all the admin. So there's quite a lot of work that goes into it. And then thirdly, I'm grateful for support. So I also have a support team. So including obviously my mom, which is my mentor and my co-partner, which is Dr. Irene. but also my husband for always supporting me, and also my own emotional support team, which I see regularly to keep myself sane. And that's also why we do this. You don't have to go through it alone. And this was a lesson I had to learn the hard way, because I always put everything on my own shoulders. I wasn't able to give over or trust that anybody else can do anything. So I was like, I can do better, I'll just do it. And since I've actually let go, released that, and allowed people to help and support me, my journey also became a lot easier. So that's why we created this as well, to support you, to make your journey a little bit easier. Okay, cool. And I see Isabel's grateful for the quote you read. It resonated with me, the emerging part. Awesome. And thank you for the gift. Great. And the tips. Awesome. Great. Okay, so keep sharing. Let's get the gratitude attitude. I'm going to give over to Dr. Irene to conclude and also share her gratitude list. Okay, cheers.
Okay, now we're really finished, and it was really a wonderful journey. So I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I must say, as Andre said, I have to agree. I'm so grateful for you guys, because otherwise we won't have an ability to fill our purpose of health education, our passion for it. So I'm also grateful for my own health and the ongoing process, because it's a journey and I've got to work with it every day. But I'm grateful for the opportunity, and then best of all, to be able to share it. So it's like really I'm walking my talk now, not just talking my talk with intellectual learning and what I've always done. I experience a lot that I'm sharing. And then, of course, also Team Ariane, which includes myself and Andre and Seppi, because without that, we can also not bring all of this to our participants, the people who attend online, which is one great thing that came after all the fact that we couldn't connect, is that we all became more comfortable with online communication. So I'm very grateful for that. And also, I'm now still old school. I also like the personal interactions. I'm very grateful for that, and for the courses I'm able to present, and that we did. So I'm really grateful for that. And I'm grateful for Course in Miracles on a more personal level, because that's giving me tools. The response to temptation when I center and calm is to repeat the lessons I'm learning of mind training, of transforming, of the willingness and the readiness to change. So I'm very grateful for that. And then also, I'm very grateful for life. So we have our life every morning. We can say thank you for small things. It needn't be big things. We can start small. Every day when you open your eyes, you say, here I am. I connect to my soul, to my higher self, to my God source, whatever you want to say. And that way, you connect to your life and you say, yes, what am I here to experience today? So thank you all very much. And I wish you a blessed healing journey with Team Ariane. And Andre and myself are always there to support you and provide you with constant support. While you are a member as well, you're always going to take really good turns to give you good advice and give you a chance to ask questions. So that's part of your Transform membership. Now, thank you very much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Okay, great. I just want to quickly share, so I see Dudu also said, I'm grateful that I've been introduced to an easy way of healthy living. I haven't lost much yet, but I already feel a difference. But Dudu, yes, you're doing really well. You're still in the beginning phases, so it does feel like that, and we tend to be hard on ourselves. And while I was listening to Doc speak as well, I got an intuitive download, if I can put it like that, to also just remind us all, and myself included, is that please don't think if you're going to release limiting beliefs that they're going to be away forever. So this was one thing that I felt like I'm failing the whole time. So transformation is not like a circle. Think of it more like a spiral. Okay, so you start in the beginning. Let's say whenever you started, some of you might have started already on your journeys and made the conscious choice, and then it moves out like a spiral. But every time, see it as a little cake segment. So every time that spiral goes into that cake segment, it can show up again. And don't think it's a failure. It's there to teach you another lesson. So you need to go deeper into the lesson then. So I just wanted to share that because of a lot of times it feels like, you know, if you keep on having the same thing over and over again, you feel like a failure and it's not working. And I thought I dealt with this already. So just also to then be gentle with yourself. So don't be hard on yourself. Just pick yourself back up again, because we all do fall down every now and then, but it's all about getting up. For those of you that want to ask questions, you're welcome to stay on. You can pop them in the chat section or ask. You can just unmute yourself. You can just say me if you want to ask a question. But yes, for the rest of you, thank you again for being here and for celebrating our Transform membership, your Transform journey, and everything in between with us. We really do appreciate it. So yes, you're welcome to leave or stay on if you do have a question. We will stay for a few minutes. So if there's anyone, just say me. Yeah. Or maybe you don't have questions because we answered everything.
Yeah, maybe that's true. That's also good. Maybe contemplate the questions and come back later with them, or drop us an email.
Yes. Yeah, of course. You're welcome to email. You can get in touch via social media, email, or even WhatsApp. Our number is on our website, arianehealth.com. Okay, cool. So Tepi, I want to ask you to just play us a celebration song if there's someone that's brave enough or still typing their question. So let's just end off with a dance to conclude the celebration party. Okay, so move your bodies. You can put on your video. Only we can see you. I'm not. We can do it.
We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure?
Time to get up.
It's a celebration.
Yes, remember to celebrate yourself, your health, your life. You don't take life too seriously. Celebrate wherever you are.
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last through
Cool.
all the
Thanks,
years.
baby.
So bring your
Okay, awesome. Great. Okay, I don't see any questions. If you want to unmute yourself, now's the time. Otherwise, we're going to love and leave you, sending you lots of healing vibes. Cool. I think that's it. Awesome. Let us know if you have questions. Have a beautiful day, and thanks again for being here. Okay, cheers.
Thank you.